Hi guys, Paul Ryan here to tell you about our men's retreat coming up in a few days, 8th to the 10th of August, called Intentional, with a whole bunch of new content. One aspect we'll look at is risk. What is a man's relationship with risk? Where are you afraid to step out and why? What holds you back? What is a man's relationship with risk? And more importantly, what do you want to do about that? You know, personally, I've never found that an intimate relationship with God comes easy. And so in another session, I'm going to have a panel with significant men on it that I trust and respect. I'm going to ask them questions like, how do you find and maintain an intimate walk with God? And what are your daily practices that work for you, men? What does the enemy throw at you that stops you connecting from God? And how do you guys combat that? These seasoned men on that panel, that is a discussion you don't want to miss, guys. Plus, Q&A afterwards. You know, we're all supposed to walk with God in an intimate way. Every one of us knows that. But I think some of us don't even have a clue where to start. The shame we all battle, it comes from this deep belief inside that says intimacy with God has to be earned, but it can never be earned. This retreat isn't about trying to get you to try harder. It's about letting God love us even when we fail. It's learning to live a life of radical indifference, which is basically a refusal to let guilt or condemnation dictate how I relate to God. It's choosing to move towards God instead of pulling away in shame when I stuff it up. Radical indifference says I will not base my closest to God on how I feel, but rather I'll base it on how God feels about me, and I'll run to Him even after I've sinned, trusting that Christ will grow me to maturity over time if I can keep doing that. Would that interest you to learn how to do that? There is a way, gents. We can't do it alone. Intentional. It starts Friday night, goes through to Sunday lunch, 8th to the 10th of August. We're really hoping you can make it. This will be good for your soul.